Hi, and welcome to episode 55 of the Codependent Knitters. This is my friend Dawn. I'm not sure what side you're on, but
and this is my friend Lisa.
Yeah, so 55, girlfriend.
55,
yay! So yeah. So how do you want to start? What's new with you? Anything
Let's start
new?
by saying hi if you're new to us.
That's a good
Thanks
start.
for joining us. Yeah, if you're new, thanks for joining us and welcome. And if you're
Came back, thanks for coming.
I didn't want to say old. We're old. No, if you've returned, thank you. We appreciate it. Yeah. So we're a mostly knitting podcast.
Yeah, mostly.
Mostly. We dabble in other things.
Very cool. Speaking of other things, do you how's your quilt going?
Well, my quilt. So yeah, I can talk about that. First, can I just show my mug?
That's nice.
So my husband's sisters came to visit us at the end of January, and his sister Melanie is dabbling in pottery now.
Oh, okay.
So she made us all, well, I had seen some mugs she made and asked if she would make me one, and she made us all a mug. So
Nice.
Ryan, this is huge. Like this you could use this as a weapon. Yeah, and she doesn't have her own wheel. So this is actually hand built. It's not turned.
Oh, okay.
And it's solid. And then Jack got one like this, and then Ryan got a big, huge one. Like he loves it. That's his water glass. It's always got tons of water. So anyways, my new mug.
Very cool. It's funny you talk about glasses. I follow this girl on Instagram, and she always does these funny things. She's from, I believe it's Thailand, and she's living in Germany with her boyfriend. And she says, so she kind of does these acts where it shows the differences. And she says, my boyfriend can drink 5 glasses. And someone says to her, because she's acting this all out, only 5 glasses? And she goes, yeah, 5 glasses. And she says, but these are the glasses. And it's like a huge beer stein.
Yeah.
Yeah, right? Need one of those for water around the house.
Exactly. I mentioned in the last episode that I was going to be participating in this. It's a mystery quilt along. And there's a couple of yarn shops, or there are a couple of quilt shops, fabric stores there were 3 this year that participated. So there was Stitchery in Petrolia, and also the Cotton Harvest quilt shop and the Quilter's Bolt. Okay. And so how it works is each of the stores put up kits. So they collect fabrics and combine them and put a kit together, and you can choose a kit that you like. And then purchasing the kit is your entry into the quilt along, but you're not supposed to look at the pattern until the day of. And this year I complied. So then it was on a Super Bowl Sunday, and then that morning they have a Facebook group, they go live, and everyone opens it up and she explains the pattern, and there were how-to videos during the day just to help you out. And so you start cutting and piecing, and this year was a lot more pieces. So this gives you an idea of the colors. It was all like plums and mauves and golds with a gray background. And I just love it.
Now, I have to say that when you put up the top, I was pretty impressed with you. I was like, holy cow.
I was impressed. I mean, it took me all week because it's a lot. This was a lot more little pieces, and like there were like 80 of these and 20 of these big squares. It's a lot.
Is there a name for that square? Like, is it a traditional one, or is it just something?
Well, it's a star block, basically. Okay. I don't know enough. I'm not an experienced enough quilter to know if this particular block has a name or is a standard style. I know it's a star. And the pattern was called, I have to look at this, The Lucky Stars by Terry Atkinson. So you can purchase this pattern and make it yourself. Yeah. And it was just so much fun. So I'll put a picture on the screen of the whole finished block because you won't see it all here. But it has kind of a scrappy feel because there's different fabrics that go around each block.
It's really pretty.
And I tried to do it so that I had, like, each block had different, like, if whatever fabrics were here, I used different fabrics on the edge.
Okay.
You know, and a good mix of plums and golds on each one. So that's my quilt top. It's not a quilt yet.
Okay.
It's just the top.
Okay, cool.
I do have backing fabric.
Mm-hmm.
And so I have to just get that ready with the batting in between. And then I can either send it to a long arm quilter or an experienced quilter to quilt it, machine quilt it, or I could attempt that myself. And I haven't decided yet. I might attempt it myself. I know my machine is capable of it. It's just that I have no idea what I'm doing. So yeah, but it's another like over $100 to take it to a long arm quilter or a machine.
I could see me getting behind on those, like having a bunch of tops at home that all need to be quilted. If I did that, I would have to take them somewhere to get it done.
Yeah. And I still have last year's. So I might start by finishing last year's first because it's just straight lines. So I could either do like stitch in the ditch where you stitch right in the seam, or I could do stitching alongside each seam. Mm-hmm. And then I have lines, like straight lines to follow, and
okay, that's not too
nothing complicated. Like I won't do any fancy.
Start there. Yeah, start there.
Yeah,
very cool.
But it's so much fun. So anyone who's interested, if you're a quilter, and you don't have to be super experienced at quilting, you need to understand like piecing, etc. And know how to sew, obviously, because this isn't like, they're not going to walk you through how to do it. They're going to walk you through, okay, here's the best way to do the cutting, and here's how you start piecing. So they expect you to have a little bit of experience with sewing and some, maybe some basic quilting experience. Okay. But this was considered an adventurous beginner pattern.
Okay.
So yeah.
Very cool.
How about you? Are you dabbling in anything else?
No.
No? Okay.
No.
Okay.
No, I haven't really been doing much. My daughter wants to sign up for a pottery class, so I might try that with her. Yeah.
That would be fun.
Not, I'm just knitting and living the dream.
Well, me too. Lots of knitting. So what are you wearing? You go first.
So this is my, I'll stand up on it. This is my Ingalls by Caitlin Hunter, done in the Cascade superwash worsted. So yeah, I love it. I wear it quite a bit. And the only really modification we did was I didn't put the lace here and here because I didn't like the gray showing through it. So yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I like that one. I remember that one.
Yeah. And what have you have on? What?
I'm just going to say, because I'm looking at your Ravelry project, you completed that in 2018, November 2018. There you go.
It's an oldie but a goodie.
I finished the easy one by Hohi. Love it.
Great.
I love it. So I talked about it in our last episode.
Yep.
This I used self-striping by Timber Yarns. It was a special custom colorway that she did for a knitting group that we're in. And one of the girls in the group, Shirley, had said, hey, why don't we all pick a color and then, get our own self-striping. So we did that. And
what color did you pick?
I am navy right here.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm licorice.
I know. Surprise, right? And you are this one.
Licorice. Yeah.
Licorice. So everyone picked a color from our group, and then it was Heather dyed it up into a self-striping, and we all did different projects. So it's really cool. So yeah, so I did the easy one by Hohi, and I used the self-striping on the arms. And then I had, I bought some just solid skeins of fingering from Heather in charcoal gray. So yours is darker. Licorice is the darkest. And then this is a bit lighter. And I did helical. So you can see it's tonal. So there are some light and darks. And so I did helical all through it and didn't have to worry about any striping or pooling or anything. Looks great. Love it. Love, love, love it. I've worn it, I don't know, a couple times.
I'm still working on mine. It's getting there.
Yeah.
But I'm doing the sock sleeves, which is a different pattern. It's by Sock Arms by Stephanie Lotven. But yeah, it's kind of funny that we got similar ideas from it.
Yeah. Yeah. And yours will start, because yours isn't a drop sleeve. So your stripes will start up at the shoulder.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this was a lot of fun and I love it. We have 2 make-alongs.
We do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So one is the Make a Gnome make-along.
Yeah.
And I haven't made mine yet. I have a special gnome in mind, and there's a special yarn I need that I don't have yet.
I have mine. He's really cute. He's all done. So yeah, I also entered mine in the Imagine Landscapes. Do you want to see him?
Yes, of course we do. Back him up a little bit so we can see his whole. I love it. Yeah. I love it.
He's pretty cute.
Hey.
It came with kind of like a jester's hat, and I didn't like the way it was sitting. I don't know whether, so I just braided it, and it looks kind of cute, and I tied it.
Yeah, zoom into that hat because that is super cute. Yeah. I love that you braided it. Yeah.
I love his nose. His nose cracks me up. So this one is Oh Gnome You Didn't. Even look at his little pockets. And I find that there's just little things like this and attaching the nose. And I hate sewing. I hate sewing things together, but it doesn't really bother me for these guys because they're just kind of little bits.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's just leftover. This one here is leftover Patton's classic wool that I had, except for his nose. That's the ones that I dyed with tea.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So, but he's kind of cute.
He's super cute. So that's a worsted. You did it in worsted instead of fingering.
Yeah. I just figure I have a lot of like natural wool in the in worsted, and I like the size. So yeah.
Yeah. That's a great size. It's just nice.
But you know what I just recently purchased? And you're gonna laugh, but I purchased weights for his bum.
Oh, did you?
I did. I purchased weights, and I bought glass ones in organza bags, but the organza bags, the holes are too small that the glass goes through because the glass almost has a consistency of sand.
Oh, okay.
So I just ordered some plastic pellets. So I have plastic pellets that I'm going to try those with the organza bags.
Mm-hmm.
And I bought some heavy duty canvas to try and use the the glass.
Okay, just sew a little pouch.
Yeah, I'll make little pouches and have to.
You don't have to sew it.
Yeah. So yeah.
Awesome.
That'll be good. But yeah, because he kind of sits like a. There he is.
Yeah.
So yeah, he just makes me laugh, and I'm actually surprised. I did one for January. We showed on the last episode, and I did this one, and I'm a little surprised at. I've already picked out March's. I'm not telling, but yeah, I just have this big box of sand, like of scraps, scraps. They're like balls and everything, in the living room, and I just kind of go and I work on it, and they only take a couple of days while you're watching TV.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't wait to see yours because we talked about what you're doing.
Yeah. I have an idea. I just need different yarn that I actually do not have. So, and then we have the Jen Steingass sweater make along.
I haven't started mine.
I showed mine last time. It was partially underway. So it's still a whip. Do you want me to show it now? And then that'll take us into whips.
Yeah, yeah, no, I want to see it.
Okay. It's coming along. It wasn't getting much attention because I was finishing this one.
Yeah.
So now it gets all the attention. Well, except when I'm distracted by other things. But I am doing Goldwing. And let me just, it's curling up here. So I think I was only about here last time. So
good.
Yeah. So I'm now in the transition where the teal becomes the background color and the gold becomes the accent color. So I'm really happy about that. And then, and I actually don't have a lot more to go. And then I'll be just into the solid teal, but
Perfect.
and the color, this is perfect today. The color is so exact. Sometimes this looks a little too blue. I mean, it is blue, but it's a very nice teal blue. And the gold. So I'm excited about this.
No, it's beautiful. It looks gorgeous.
Goldwing. Yeah. So I'm using it calls for worsted. I would have done DK, but I had worsted on hand. So the blue is Malabrigo Rios, and the color is called Bobby Blue. And I actually picked this up a couple years ago at Little Red Mitten. They were it was on sale, and I bought a sweater quantity. And then the accent, the gold, is Leo and Roxy straw into gold.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a beautiful gold.
And
I don't normally knit with like yellows, golds, oranges. I don't usually wear them, but it had to go with the teal. Like it was just
fabulous. They look really good. Right? Yeah. No, it looks good.
They're both like similar intensity, like in terms of hue, like, yeah. So it was perfect. Yeah. And so that is one of my whips.
Perfect.
And you haven't started yours yet.
Part of my sign.
There are some whips or some FOs in the thread on Ravelry, some beautiful sweaters. She has so many to choose from. So
it was hard to choose the ones I looked to my library. I'm like, okay. And then everybody tells me, oh, she's having a sale. It's like, yeah, I can't find one that I like that I don't have.
Exactly. And then she puts out more. So,
right?
Yeah. So speaking of whips, why don't you talk about a whip?
Okay. So I still have my, what is it called? Weekender Light. And it's the one made with, what is it? Old Oak Yarns Custom. So I still haven't decided. I have to decide. Oh, I don't have it. I grabbed the wrong. Oh, there it is. I grabbed the Steingass that I'm going to do, but.
Okay. Nice. I like that bag.
I know, it's nice. It's the next best thing. So yeah. So I have to decide soon. I haven't decided yet which side is going to be the outside, because I didn't put the seam down the front, because I find when I wear it, the seam goes somewhere else, like never down the front. So this is so I've done the front. I'm just working on like the front shoulder decreases and whatnot. And I've cast off this always kind of weirds me out, because you actually do a Kitchener stitch, a flat one.
Okay.
Yeah. So I can never visualize it in my mind, but it always turns out, because it turned out when I did the other weekender. So yeah. So there's that side. That's the stockinette stitch, like the stockinette stitch.
Yeah.
It's all twisted. So, and
I love the stocking. Yeah. You did the other one with the garter on the outside, right? The pearl bumps. Yeah. So you should do this. I think you should do this one the opposite.
That's what I'm thinking, but it does look pretty nice this side too, though.
Yeah, it does.
So it's one of those things where I don't know. I'm gonna have to make a decision and take it from there, and just go for it.
You could always wear it inside out. You don't have the line up the middle. Make it reversible.
Right? That might be an idea. So yeah, so I'm working on that. I got that going. So yeah.
Awesome.
Did you want to see the Steingass that I'm going to do?
Yeah.
Okay. So I've decided, and if I tell you, then I have to commit.
You can change your mind. There's no police here.
Sorry. The Norwood. So that's the one I'm going to do. And I'm going to do it in the same colors. So.
What do you mean the same colors? Okay. Which is your main? The light. Yeah. What yarn are you using?
It is actually Harrisville Designs.
Okay.
I think it's called Highland.
Okay.
Yeah. So we bought that eons ago at I bought two when I was with you at Camilla Valley Farms.
Mm-hmm.
And I liked it so much that I got a couple of dark, and yeah, so I ended up with 3 darks and 3 lights, because I got some from, what is it called, Hand Knit in Hamilton.
Mm-hmm.
I ordered some from there. So yeah, I just figured that way I can have a dark sweater with a light, and then I can have a light sweater with dark color work. So,
yeah. Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Are you casting that on soon?
Soon, I hope. I am finished. Yeah, I'm finished my one major sweater. So I'll have to,
okay.
Yeah.
And you have to do your stripy yarn one.
I have to do my striped yarn one. I have to do my I've been kind of taking my striped yarn one, leaving it in leave it in the truck, and I do it when we're driving and stuff. So that's pretty good, because I have to get the weekender done. And yeah. But again, I'm almost done the weekender anyways. It'll be done by next time.
Awesome. Okay. Any other whips for you?
Not really, no.
Not to show today. Okay, I have one. Well, it's a whip because I one sock out of a pair. So I got you a ball too, but the Mally Socks yarn that I've fallen in love with, by Ferner wool. There's a shop in Ontario that sells it. And she does have an Etsy shop. I think she has a physical, maybe, I don't know if it's out of her house or a separate location, but she has an Etsy shop as well. So she had Mally sock in her Etsy shop. Yeah. So I didn't have to order from Europe this time. So these are one of the Valentine colors, and the color is 12.02.22.
That doesn't really bring any color to mind.
Gray and pink. So I got one for you too, right? Because I know you'll love it. So yeah, I love the way it knits up.
Oh my gosh, those are so cute.
Yeah. Love it. So I just did it's a bit of I would say this is more of a sport, closer to a sport weight. So it's a little bit of a heavier fingering than some of the other sock yarns. So I did 56 stitches.
Okay.
On a 2.75 needle. And so it's a vanilla sock. And I just did the little cable cuff.
That's so cute.
A 2x2 rib, and you just cable every 5th row, and I do 20 rows. And then did the heel flap and gusset and a rounded toe. And it's just adorable.
It's nice.
Yeah, I love it. So this was a Valentine's Day cast on.
Very good.
Yeah. So I have one done. And then I showed my sweater. I think that's it for whips for today. Of course I have
very
others.
Good. I see. Yeah. All right. Awesome.
Yeah.
So do you want to do FOs?
Sure.
Okay. So do you want to go first?
Sure.
I already showed my gnome, so you can go.
Okay, well, we're talking about socks. I have these I haven't pulled the ends in. They're little baby socks.
Okay, those are so cute.
I know someone having a granddaughter soon, so.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and this is I don't have the ball here. So Regia makes, I think it's called Baby Smiles, and they're just little tiny balls.
Nice.
For making little things for baby. So this is just a variegated pink, and it's got ribbing down the toe. There's actually a pattern that I used because I've heard from other knitters that it's a very good baby sock. It's called Perfect Newborn Socks by Tabitha Gandy.
Nice.
And apparently they stay on. I don't know if it's the ribbing but they're supposed to stay on well. And yeah, I mean,
great.
Yeah. And then I might try and get one more pair made. I don't know how much time I have left, but because they're newborn, I might make the next one just a little bit bigger. Tiny bit bigger, right? Because you know how fast they grow at the beginning.
Exactly. Oh.
Yeah. So that was a lot of fun and super fast.
Right.
Yeah.
Those baby projects.
Yeah. Can I keep going? Because I have socks and socks and socks.
Oh, crazy.
Okay.
Crazy.
So that was the baby socks. And then I finished a pair of DK socks.
Mm-hmm. Oh, those are pretty. What are
Yeah.
those?
This yarn is cornbread and honey, and it was her Be a Freaking Unicorn colorway.
Oh,
So it's
okay,
called
that's really pretty.
yeah, Unicorns on Parade. And it's just a bit of everything. And I love it. Wasn't like the bright rainbowy colors, right? They're a little more, I don't know.
They're a little bit muddier, a little subdued.
Yeah. And I loved it in the skein, and I love how it knit up for socks.
It looks really cool. It's
Yeah.
nice, yeah.
So this is a vanilla sock, and there are patterns for DK socks. But I can just tell you, if you're an experienced sock knitter, I did 48 stitches on a 3.25 millimeter, I believe. 3 or 3.25. I'm a looser knitter, so I can get away with a smaller needle. Yeah. Love them. And because I actually bought a DK with nylon from her.
Okay.
So it's 25% nylon. It's superwash with 25% nylon. So that's perfect.
Sometimes that's hard to find with the nylon.
Yeah. Yeah. And then I did a worsted pair, and I was asking a few knitting friends about worsted with nylon. Like is there any superwash with nylon?
Yeah.
And someone said, well, Alegria Grande, duh. Like so Manos Alegria is a sock yarn, right? That I love. And then they came out with Alegria Grande, which is a worsted, which is the same fiber content. And I had some in my stash. So it's hard to show here. This is the sock from the side view.
Oh, nice.
Great colors in it.
It is.
And I just put a nice big juicy cable, which is hard to see in the pattern, but I put a big cable down the front.
That looks cool.
There you go. So this is basically what is the cabled worsted magic heel sock by Autumn Acorn.
Okay.
Like that's a pattern you could get if you want a pattern for a worsted, but instead of, I think it had 2 cables, but instead of that I did just one. Yeah.
That's cool.
So this is a vanilla sock. I did 40 stitches with a 3.5 millimeter because I have done 4 millimeter with worsted, and it's a bit loose, like the pair I finished, because I'm a loose knitter, and this is superwash, so it's really gonna flex, right?
Okay.
So, yeah,
that looks nice.
Yeah. One moment. This back. We're just recording. Oh, thanks. Oh, very cool. No, it's fine. Yeah, I never had to do them yet, but I don't know what to do with that. Yeah, thanks. Talk to you later. Oh, Ryan said it was really icy. Be careful. It's not now. Okay. I know I picked up my parents at the drive. Yeah, he warned me. He came out here this morning and just warned me if I go in there. So. Okay, be careful. It was just Heather returning.
I thought it was her. I was going to yell, "Hi, Heather!"
Returning some needles.
Oh, nice.
Okay, so socks and socks. I'm done the socks. Do you have an FO?
I do have an FO. I do. Okay, so I did this kind of. It was going to go with my gnome for February for obvious reasons once you see it, but I did the Palpitation by Hunter Hammerson. Isn't that so cute? Yeah, so I just did it again, leftover scraps that, stuff that I had, and it just looks so cute, and it's easy to follow. Yeah, I did it on a 3.5 with Patton's classic wool, so you can't really see the stuffing through it. So yeah, it's really, the pattern was so clear, because sometimes I get a little nervous about, I try and look at the thing and how do I do that? When you're looking at it before you knit it, but it was really clear and great. She had some really great links, and I just think it's so cute.
It is.
Mhm.
You know, speaking of that, that just reminds me, just last night, I saw a pattern. I think I saw it on Instagram, and then I went to Ravelry. I'm just going to look it up on my
Mhm.
iPad because it was just last night. So it'll be new it'll be
New
at the
in your
top
face.
in my favorites, right? I'm gonna have to go looking.
I find sometimes three-dimensional things, if you don't know how the pattern's written, it's kind of iffy because some people, it's hard to be clear and
Yeah.
easy to follow. But
Yeah.
I was pretty impressed with her pattern for that. Just like the gnome patterns I've been using are really, really easy to follow. They're clear. They're kind of intuitive too. Like you're kind of going and you're like, oh, I get why she did that, or, you know, type of thing, which is nice because, yeah.
Yeah. Well, the pattern that I saw is called Little Hearts by Teresa Fox.
Oh, aren't they cute?
Yeah. And this is a free pattern. It's actually been around since like 2008. So it's a free pattern, and apparently there's it's seamless.
Yeah.
So you don't have to sew anything. And yeah.
Well, this
Bottom
one
up,
here,
seamless.
this one was seamless.
Okay. Yeah.
Really seamless. Basically you just, yeah, it was seamless. I did put a couple other extra stitches here. Like I just kind of did a little extra in there just to make sure because it gets pulled and whatnot. But other than that, it was entirely seamless.
Awesome.
Mhm.
Well, while I was looking at that pattern, I'll also say I found Heidi Kermeyer
Oh,
has a
I know.
pattern.
Isn't that cute?
The dishcloth or face cloth,
Yeah.
Practical Little Heart.
Yeah. And she
Isn't
actually
that adorable?
she did it in small, in like thin yarn to put it on the Christmas tree.
For little ornaments. Yeah. Wouldn't that be cute to add as like a little gift tag for something?
Yeah.
But I just love that. Okay. So there we go. All about the hearts. The month after Valentine's Day.
It started for next year.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
okay.
Do you have
awesome. And
do you have any other?
I have a couple.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Are you saving your big one for last?
Yeah, it's underneath everything.
Okay. Well, Little Red Mitten is having a
Yeah.
hold me double make along. So, you know, just marl 2 strands of, there's not really a lot of criteria, but you need to hold it double. I was cleaning up my desk and there was a ball of Timber Yarns O Canada sitting on my desk. I'm not sure why it was sitting on my desk because I knit the socks a long time ago, but I had it's about a 50-gram ball that I had left. Well, not anymore, but I had that much left because I make ankle socks, right? And she has 2 skeins. So I thought I'm going to make a hat with that. So I held it with I have a bunch of Debbie Bliss Angel mohair that I got on sale a few years ago. So it's just, I have like just a natural. And I did the Parkview hat by Tracy Miller, which is a ribbed hat.
That's oh wow.
It's awesome. Oh, I meant to grab a pom-pom. This is going to need a big white pom-pom on top.
Right?
Yeah.
I would go a big white one or a natural one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That looks
Well, there
good.
you go. Yeah.
A natural looking fur would be cute
Yeah.
too.
Yeah. I just like, yeah. So I'll put that on and then photograph it. I meant to get pom-poms last night. Forgot. And then I had so much fun. I did that in like 2 days.
Right.
Because it was just so fast and fun. And then I thought I've got lots of partial balls of sock yarn. And so
she was off.
and I was off. So I had a partial ball of it's a Regia design line colorway. It's one of the Arna and Carlos colors.
That's cool too.
I love how it worked up. And the cuff or the whatever, you know, ribbing for the ribbing.
It is
this was a Timber Yarns mini called Fable, which was a purpley.
Oh, yeah, okay.
You know, like a purpley.
It's like a purpley gray taupey color, yeah.
Yeah, because there's purples in this, right? And so I did the ribbing in the solid and then the rest of the hat.
That looks
And
fabulous.
I don't know if you can still buy this. You probably some yarn shops still have it, but if anyone's looking for it, the colorway is 3768 Nisidal.
Nice.
So, but yeah, I love it.
It looks fabulous.
Mm.
Hmm.
So if you've got leftover self-stripings, and even if you don't have, I don't even know for sure, it was less than 50 grams for sure, probably more like 40.
Yeah.
But you can always use a solid for the ribbing, right? And then
I
use
really
up some
like
of the
that pattern. What's the pattern called again?
Park View Hat by Tracy Miller.
Hang on, I gotta write this down.
Okay. You know where to find me too. But yeah, it's one of her more recent designs, and it's fantastic. So a lot of people were doing self-striping yarns with it.
Mm-hmm.
So
Very cool.
yeah. So I've got 2 hats for Little Red Mittens Hold Me Double.
Right.
And I love them. I might put them in the fundraising sale pile, but I love this one. And now that I have longer hair, I'm like, I don't mind hats.
Yeah. I finally finished my Leelanau, and it is gorgeous. So I went back, and any of the mistakes I did or stitches that I didn't want where they were, I went back and just duplicate stitched them. Isn't that amazing?
That's a lot of stranding.
Yeah. So it's I was gonna wear it today, but it is way too hot. I think it's gonna be like one of those outdoor sweaters where I will probably be wearing it in the Jeep when I take the top off too early. So the pattern is Leelanau by Melynda Bernardi, and that's a place in Michigan, apparently, right?
Yeah. I think it's someone wrote down how to pronounce it, Leelanau or Leelan.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm still getting it wrong.
So yeah. So the only thing is when you're doing this, it kept telling you that you can't have any in here, right? And
what is that?
On the increases?
Oh, okay.
The increases are solid.
Because they'll mess it up.
Right? So you had to kind of carry it across.
Okay.
So there's been, yeah.
Looks good.
Yeah, so I'm really super happy with it. I would actually like to just take one of these, and I want to duplicate stitch it in red because they look like little hearts.
Oh,
right? Like if you,
yeah,
they just look like little hearts. So I just want to go and do one in, just one place on my wrist or something in a red. So and this is Twin Oak Farms worsted 2-ply on the charcoal and the cream. And it is fabulous. And that extra one, because I didn't calculate properly, that extra one, you can't even tell where it is. No. You can't tell where it started. So I was really happy with that. And thank you so much for sending it. But yeah, isn't it gorgeous?
Yeah. Yeah. You were able to get another skein off of Laura. So that's good.
Yeah. I was very grateful for that, Laura. Thank you so much if you see this. But yeah, I can't wait to see them again. I want to go get another sweater quantity.
Wait, I thought you had 2 sweater quantities.
I do. I have the sweater quantity that's just like yours and it's really soft. Mm-hmm. But I really like the way this one feels, like for an outside sweater, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah. I know. It's pretty
crazy.
I know. We all have our issues.
Someone after our last episode when I was talking about the colored bleed with Eucalan. So someone commented and like said something about I don't remember exactly what she said, like no wool wash. So I just wanted to clarify, like I did not mean at all like don't use wool wash. Mm-hmm. I only meant if you're doing color work, particularly with an indie dyed yarn, right? Mm-hmm. Just use caution. If you're going to do color work with a color that might bleed, then just test it, because different things affect water pH and now, we all have different water. The
other thing too is most dyers will have their own preference.
Yeah.
So when you order it, they often have a comment section. You could ask on the comment section what they recommend,
Yeah.
Right? So yeah.
But for solids, or especially for like woolly wools, like wool wash is fantastic. Eucalyptus is fantastic. It's got lanolin in it. So yeah, absolutely. We both use them. I have eucalyptus, I have soap, I have who does the bars? The soap, the the tough woolen sock bars. I love.
Yeah.
This is cranberry pucker. I got it from the grocery girls. What?
That was the one that sent me over the edge. Do you remember?
No, because I had, after New York, I bought like 4 different fragrances and I had them in my cabinet. And then we were recording in my room here and Lisa was sneezing. Oh my gosh.
No, I think it was just after, and we were holding them and they were in front of us. And I'm like,
yeah.
So
yeah.
That was too funny.
This is cranberry pucker. So yeah, we love wool, like,
make
no mistake, we love them. It was just a cautionary tale, particularly with any indie dyed saturated yarn that might bleed, that if you're using it or washing things together, just FYI. So,
well, you know what? It's one of those things where they tell you to gauge swatch. And if you're doing color work, to gauge swatch with the 2 colors together. Because sometimes the high contrast looks amazing, but sometimes if it's a really high contrast, you might get a little bleed in there.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, in other news, my sock knitting machine is coming. It's sitting in, DHL is delivering it and it's just sitting in customs clearance. And they sent me a form to fill in with an itemized list and what materials everything's made of and country of origin. And I'm like, I'm the buyer. I don't know. Like, it's metal. And so anyways, I have sent a note to Erlbacher, and because they ship these things to Canada all the time. So yeah, so I just said, like, you know, can you help me fill this in? I don't know why I'm having to fill it in, but
very cool. I can't wait to see that. You'll have to do your own, like an episode just on that.
Well, I'll do a clip and we can add it in. And yeah, I'm excited. I have joined some groups and I'm following some Instagram accounts, not just the machine company, but, you know, groups for makers. And it's amazing what people make with them. Like, it's not just tubes. I mean, you can do a heel flap and gusset. You can do different types of cuffs. You can do, you know, toes. You can put in a different color and it looks like an afterthought heel.
Oh, cool.
But it's done, like you add it in while you're cranking, you add the heel right in as you go.
I am sensing that there might be a lot of socks in your future.
Well, I definitely had plans for a lot of socks in my future. They were just going to take a long time to hand knit them all. So yeah. I just think it's fun. Like, it's just gonna be something fun to try.
I could watch those colors just.
Well, good. You come visit and you can sit and watch things turn. So yeah, I'm really excited for that to arrive.
I'm excited for you. I can't wait. Yeah. You have to do an unboxing.
Yes, for sure. Oh, and one other thing, I just wanted to plug a last minute plug for Stitch North. So if you are a cross stitcher needle worker, Caroline of Off the Grid Needle Arts and Evertotes, she is hosting her first stitching retreat in Brampton, Ontario, which is near the Toronto, near Pearson Airport.
It is,
and
very close.
Yeah, it's a weekend retreat and there are still some spaces available, and the registration deadline is March 13th because she has to give final numbers to the hotel. So there are rooms blocked at the hotel. It's actually at a Marriott. And there's a huge big ballroom and there will be some vendors showing up, not a ton of them, but there will be some vendors, and there's a pizza party on the Friday night, and it's just stitch from, you can stay in your pajamas all day if you want, stitch from dawn till dusk. So, or beyond dusk. I think we have the room till 11 p.m. each night. So it's the first weekend of April, and you can find all the information. I'll put the link below to the registration page, but you can find it on the Evertotes, evertote.ca website, or Evertotes on Instagram. And then if you are planning on coming to the retreat, there is a private Stitch North Facebook group. You can request to join because there's other things going on as well. So
very cool.
Yeah, I'm going. I'm super excited. Yeah, I'm going to spend the weekend focused just on stitching. Oh, but I am going to take some knitting because my eyes can't,
Yeah,
my eyes are older than my brain. So,
yeah.
Or worse off than my brain, or maybe not because my brain isn't working too well right now. So yeah, I'm going to take some knitting for when I just need a break from looking at the little stitches. I'm super excited. Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. So yeah, if you're a stitcher or if you know anyone that is, let them know because time is running out for registration.
And that would be fun. That would be really fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So thanks for watching. Thanks for joining us. Hope you're joining our knit alongs, and make sure you tag us. And there are hashtags as well to use if you're using Instagram.
Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's about it.
That's a wrap. All right. All right.
Happy knitting. Take care.
Bye.